What do you like about Bradman, mate?
One, he's actually been there before. He was probably one of the best players in the last game last year, and he's shown that he can definitely play at that level. But also too, just the way he plays. I obviously had a lot of thoughts about him before we all started the series, just where things are at. But he was out injured, so it's nice to see him back running around and playing really well.
It's probably nice that you're here talking to us today, and the team's going to talk to us. Queensland are adopting a totally different approach. They're almost ignoring their fans.
Yeah, okay. Well, that's probably the path they've gone. But I think probably what I have learnt in this role, Danny, is that the Origin team it's really about the people. It's the people's team. I've definitely felt that in the enormity of the role, and everywhere you go around New South Wales, the support that you get from the fans and the people, the passion that they have behind this team is quite incredible. And obviously, being in this role, you do feel that. I sort of see the team as part of the people's team, and something there that I guess our group's adopted, that we want to bring everyone on the journey, and the fans obviously in that first game they all turned out in droves, and we weren't quite able to get the result we're after, but the effort that the boys showed was excellent, and they took that into the next camp, and we'll take that into this one, and we're carrying them with us.
Queensland have always prided themselves on that, though. They always had that connection.
Yeah, well, they've had their way, and we're doing it our way. I think that's the one thing that we've really had a good focus on, is around what we're doing. And ever since I grew up, it's always been about the people. And we've been supporters, and watching all the young kids now run around with Blues jerseys on. That's one thing that they're starting to see in the streets. A lot of New South Wales is that the Blues jersey is alive and well. So you see it everywhere you go. And I guess because once I said I'm in this role, you really are seeing a lot more of the blue jerseys out and about. So it's good.
Queensland feeling, or is Billy feeling any pressure in that glass house?
Look, I don't know. I don't know what's going on, but for us, we'll look after our glass house.
Madge, you had plenty of options there at centre. How set on Bradman were you? Did you look at those other options?
Look, obviously Tommy came back, and and we've had various other players that can play in that position. But Bradman, I think, in the last month has really shown what he's capable of doing, and it was a sort of an easy pick for me once we got there.
And the decision for Mitch Barnett, can you explain that one?
Yeah, well, Mitch has been playing really well, and I just feel with Mitch he could probably cover a little bit more in the middle for us. I think either player, Hamoli or Mitch, definitely great players, but I think Mitch Barnett's definitely earned his opportunities, and that'll allow Liam Martin to stay there on the edge.
Just on that, Madge, was that performance against the Dogs, like 200 and something metres, 50 odd tackles from Mitch? Did he play his way into a jersey? Yeah,
it's pretty hard to ignore that. I think he's been doing that week in, week out, and to be honest, his selfless way of being around camp, I think all the boys will really enjoy having him in the team. He's in our first game, he literally flew over and flew back for his birth of his child, and then flew straight back again. So the commitment that he's shown, definitely, of what the jersey means to him, and chatting to Mitch, it's pretty exciting to be able to debut someone like that and come in. And obviously for Hamoli, he just keeps working hard. And as Hamoli said, it's all about the team and what's best for the team, and he'll come in and train and be ready if needed. Yeah, well, I think when you've been out for quite some time, the game shifts week in, week out, and he's also playing in a different position. So as a fullback, you train certain ways, and being thrown into the centre where you got to make a lot more tackles on an edge, move backwards and forwards. But I think the best thing for Tommy, which is nice to see, he's out there playing. I think that's the first thing that we've all got to applaud. He's back out there playing, and he's been through a few challenges. So Tommy will improve, and he'll keep getting better as he does. And I'm sure that we'll see him back at his best. Yeah, well, I've got a group that want to create their own piece of history. So I think that's the most important thing for this group, is that we've shown what we're capable of, albeit that the boys have actually dissected the game a fair bit and about what we need to improve on. So every game's different, but how we want to play is the style that you've seen, and we're going to make sure that we find that.
People may say that you lose the X factor, the fear factor that you're going to. Did Bradman bring that?
I look at our team. I think you've got to look at the way the team played. Obviously, Latrell brings what Latrell does, but Bradman's shown pretty good form, as I said, in the last month. And to be honest, I thought it was a real good team effort, and that's the key to where we want to take the way we play.
Madge, the way you bullied Queensland in game 2, can you do that again? I mean, like, you got away with a bit, you walked the line.
Look, it's rugby league, Danny. I think we're playing a certain style that we want to play, and I think what was nice to see was that the boys were actually sticking up for each other in the way we wanted to play. And I think there's a fine line that we know, and that's the stuff that we'll talk about. But I think the way the players have shown they want to play is the style that New South Wales want to go about things.
Queensland have had a bit of a whinge about some of the tactics, the way you maybe push players and that kind of thing, taking it a bit further. Do you think that's legitimate?
Glass houses again, Danny, I think, if you go back in time. But, look, we keep it on the field. There's a fair few things off the field that were probably shown there in game 1 that, you can have a look at too. So we'll look at how we want to play, and we'll keep to the way we want to do things. And
sideline behaviour?
Potentially.
There's been this idea floated, Madge, of potentially taking the bus down Capital Street for the game so they can feel the hate. Is that a possibility?
We'd love to. But unfortunately, I think since '94, I don't think it's been down there again. So I have looked into that. But I think that would have been quite a ride. But look, at the end of the day, we've got to get our prep right. And we're very focused around what we'll do over the next sort of 10 days and get everything right and be ready to go.
Excuse me, it's Madge. Why can't you take it down?
You probably have to ask the government, I think.
Or it is like a purely attack.
Yeah, I think the way the world's changed, I don't know whether you go down there.
Do you need to feel hate?
Nah, not at all. Like as I said, it's really about the theatre of what you're talking about as part of the game. But at the end of the day, we play on the same size field, and we've got to show the same level, if not raise what we've done in the past. And I really believe it's in this group. I think the way they've come together and the connection of the players and the belief they have for each other, we've got to continually work at that rather than thinking about what's outside.
Is that Queensland team more dangerous, Madge?
Look, we'll deal with whatever they put in front of us. I think you do your homework, but again, we've got to make sure that what we spoke about, the way we played, I think that's the most important part of what it's all about.
Thank you.